Hey guys, it's been a little while since I tuned in, but I am just going to go over Monday's full moon in Aquarius. So, full moon occurs when the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. We have our sun in Leo, and then our moon will be in Aquarius. Um, it'll be at the full moon at 11:58 Eastern Standard Time on Monday, August the 3rd. Full moons are usually times considered to be good times to clear your spaces, physically clean things. A lot of people like to charge their tools like crystals, cards, things like that. It is a good time to clear spaces. This full moon does have some hard aspects. It is going to square Uranus and Taurus. So the full moons tend to heighten our emotions, and then with Uranus at play, that's like unexpected changes. So you could have some impulsive behaviors, restlessness, just kind of just wanting to just bust free and not be restricted. The only thing with that is full moons usually people tend to have heightened emotions and are really sensitive at that time. So you may want to just slow it down a bit because this full moon could be quite interesting. We are also in the Mars retrograde shadow period. So once we get to September, Mars will retrograde in Aries, which is its home sign. So we have some volatile energy out there, but back to Uranus, like this full moon squaring Uranus. Unexpected events are a good way to describe it is like you standing and someone literally pulls the rug from up under you, but you didn't see them come behind you or reach down toward the corners to pull the rug. So you want to just make sure you are making sound decisions. Just slow down a bit. This year we've seen 2020 is like, what do we expect next? So a good thing is just to slow down and make sure you have all your P's and Q's together, like you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. Another thing, Mercury will also be opposite Saturn. Yeah, Mercury will be opposite Saturn, and as you know, Mercury is our planet of communication. So could definitely be some delays or interruptions with how we communicate. Can come in the form of arguments, like not being able to get your thoughts across or people misunderstanding you. So it's kind of like, to me, like a Mercury retrograde type energy. No, we're not in a Mercury retrograde, but it's a hard Mercury aspect. So when you send things, you want to make sure everything is correct, like emails, notes, texts, things like that. Make sure you have it in a format that makes sense before you press send, because we definitely could get quite a few misunderstandings right now. People will more than likely be just extra sensitive, and then that communication block there, like throwing in just like throwing a monkey wrench in our plans. Still, Aquarius is very much a sign that is for the people. Aquarius likes to do what's best for everybody, or likes to see things put into place to do what's best for everybody. We did get a little sneak peek of Saturn in Aquarius when it was in Aquarius for a miniature stay, but it's back in Capricorn. But once we get to the end of the year, Saturn will go back into Aquarius to finish its stay. So we see people out here standing up for human rights and trying to get things rolling for the best, for the collective, for everybody's best interest. Excuse me, that came out a little backwards. So yeah, Aquarius is very much thinking about the collective, like the group as a whole. And we see things that are changing, that probably will not go back to being the same. And the energy with this full moon is kind of like, take a look at your pros and cons. Like, is this really a need or is this a want? Is this working for me or is it working for everybody else? Just kind of like, is my work life going okay? Is my home life going okay? You want to just take a look at polarities during this time, and then also just take a look at self. Like, what can you do to improve yourself, so that once we get to like this collective thing era, or like this collective thing, it comes together. Like you play your part in the role of making everything better for everyone else. That's like that Aquarian type energy. Like with this full moon, you can just take some time and write down things like, how can you better yourself? How can you hold yourself accountable? Like, how do you want your life to look in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? How are you going to hold yourself accountable? Are you acting in a respectful way? Are you being kind? Are you being loving? Like, we all want to be treated this way, but are we being this way to everyone as a whole? Like, we want these things, but are we getting the ball rolling on personal levels first? So that is my take about this full moon in Aquarius. Full moons can get pretty volatile. Like I said, we are in that Mars retrograde shadow. We also have an opposition to Saturn with Mercury this full moon. So don't be surprised you may see a lot of impulsive behavior, restlessness, arguments, disagreements. So just slow down a little bit. Take some time to think about what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're writing, what you're putting out there. Because again, this is not the time to be loud and wrong. Like, we do not want to be loud and wrong. So yeah, that's all I got for the full moon in Aquarius. I hope that this was helpful. If you would like to see my blog post on this, just go to www.tenofwater.com. That is www.tenofwater.com. That is my astrology blog. You can also book readings with me as well. But like I said, I was going to keep this up, so I hope you enjoy. Happy full moon in Aquarius.